Good morning, everybody. Moonwatcher, what's going on? Alrighty. We're going to talk about the last set on the last part of the spoilers. Since we got so many, I'm just going to skim through them. Pick out the ones I think it's going to be good. The ones I don't think it's going to, and then the ones that it's not going to be so good. Now I'll tell you the reason why I think they're going to be good. Kaya. Let's start off with Kaya. Kaya is going to be good because of the simple fact her +2 lets you surveil 2. And she can protect herself by throwing a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flame. Yeah, I agree, Moonwatcher. Nice. Akaya, Planeswalker, it's good. Volja, Jaws of Conclave, Wolf. When it attacks, you put X 1/1 counters on each creature you control, where X is the number of elves you control. Draw a card for each wolf you control. Well, this card requires elves and wolves. And I don't think, this card is good by itself because it has Vigilance, Trample, and Ward 3. It'll work good in a legendary deck. Arquist, Prof, Master Sleuth. This card, it's okay. And the Quake Mole. Quake Mole is one, I think it's going to be pretty good. For 4 mana, for 8/4 for 4 mana. Can't go wrong there. And it's red and green. Green's got has mana dorks. It has ramp. So you'll be able to activate its ability. Rakdos, Patron of Kaios, has flying and trample. At the beginning of your end step, target opponent may sacrifice 2 non-land non-token permanents. If they don't, you get to draw 2 cards. So, 6/6 for 6, good mana value, good stats. I think it's going to be a good card. Now, Tamok, Wood of Law, has affinity for Planeswalkers, which make this cost 2 instead of 3. Has flying and vigilance, so it can attack and still protect. I think this card, it might be good. And this is all opinion, just opinions. Blake Ringforged Researchers toughness are equal to twice the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. A red-blue Haughty Djinn deck. This card right here that's where this card right here fits. Boja. Yep. Then here evolved Enigma. That's cool, Moonwatcher. Alright, Vengevir evolved Enigma. Elf Ooze Wizard. At the beginning of combat your turn, choose one color card from your hand or put a +1 counter on each colorless creature you control. So this wants you to have colorless, green, and blue. And you can play one of your cards from your hand face down. This card, maybe. So surrounding tree whispers were red. I mean, not red. Green and whites. Death touch gives death touch, vigilance, or double strike. It's a 4/4 for 3. Dryad. Yeah, I think this card is going to be good. Double strike and August call Spirit to Justice for red and white. Gets double strike and vigilance. When it enters or attacks, choose up to one target creature. If it's suspected, exile it. Otherwise, suspect it. Very good removal. So, to bring this down, you suspect one of your opponent's creatures. Then when you attack with this, that creature gets exiled. Very good removal. Very strong card. I think it's going to see a lot of play. Like just say your opponent has Sheholdred on the battlefield. We all know how strong Sheholdred is. You bring this creature down here on turn 4 and you suspect there's Sheholdred. Then I'll go to their turn. Back to your turn. You draw. You lose 2 life. You attack with this. Sheholdred's gone. Very good removal in a creature. Alright. Atala, Deadly Fugitive, Demir, Vampire Assassin with Death Touch. Face down creatures you control have pay 4. And flip it. If you can't exile it, then you may cast the exile card without paying its mana cost. Whenever an assassin you control deals combat damage to an opponent, cloak the top card of that player's library. So, this card, it has its ups and downs. You'll deal damage to your opponent, they get a top card, turn it into a creature. But other than that, if you play face down cards, you can pay 4 to flip it. I think this is going to be a sleeper. Yep, I think this is going to be a sleeper. Next, we got Collix Volstrider for 1 red and blue. Collect 6 evidence, and it becomes a creature. Or you could crew it for 2. When it attacks, you may cast an instant or sorcery card from among the cards exiled with it. If that spell would be put into the graveyard, put it on the bottom of its owner's library instead. This card is going to be good. It'll be good in a Haughty Djinn deck. However, you're taking your instant and sorceries out. So it might work against Haughty Djinn. If you're playing Haughty Djinn. But I don't think this card here has home just yet. I could be wrong. Alright, Urgent Necropsy for 2 black green. Additional cost to cast this spell, you gotta collect evidence, X. Where X is the total mana value of the permanents this spell targets. You throw up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 target creature, up to 1 enchantment, and up to 1 planeswalker. This card You get enough cards in your graveyard, this card will be good. Next, we got an Illicit Gill Pack for Uber. A white, blue, black, red, green. Has flying and hexproof from multicolored. So when it deals combat damage to a player, it deals X damage to any target. Target player draws X cards, you gain X life, where X is the number of different color pairs among permanents you control that are exactly 2 colors. Visit, I think it might be a sleeper card. Now, Leyline of Gill Pack for Uber are all green. Well, it's on not Uber, but it's hybrid green white, green blue, green black, and green red. This card is going to be a good card because lands you control are every basic land type in addition to the other types. And each non-land you control is all colors. And you begin with it straight on the battlefield. Like I say, you have this in your opening hand, you go in second, this card will still be played before any other cards are played. Yar's Roar of the Old Gods. 4/4 for 4. Other creatures you control have haste, so it gives all your creatures haste when they come in. Whenever one or more face down creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you get to draw a card. Whenever face down creature you control dies, return it to the battlefield face down under its owner's control. If it's a permanent card, then turn it face up. So this card has protection for your other cards. Gives all your other cards haste. Very good card. We'll see it. We'll see a lot of play. Emirates Ingram Agent Chief for 1 white, blue. Has flying. When it enters the battlefield, you get to investigate twice. Sacrifice artifact. Then you can choose Vigilance, Lifelink, Hexproof until end of turn. This card will get it. And then it's a 5/5 for 5. I think it's a good card. Think it'll see play. Alright, Liza, Wearer of Faces. For blue and a black, 2/3. And when it attacks, exile a card from a graveyard, then investigate. And whenever you sacrifice a clue, you may have this card become a copy of a creature card, exile with it until end of turn. So let's say your opponent has a Sheholder. Y'all know how much I like Sheholder. But let's say your opponent has a Sheholder. You take this card, you attack, you exile that Sheholder. This card here can turn into a Sheholder until end of turn. Let's say you get that regular Sheholder that flips into the Saga. You get that in their graveyard, and they have that in their graveyard. You exile it. This can turn into that Sheholder, and boom. Once it does, your opponent has to sacrifice a creature. Very good. Arula, the Law Above. For 3 red and a white, Legendary Angel. Has flying, vigilance, and haste. It's 4/4 for 5. And whenever a player attacks with 3 or more creatures, you get to draw a card. And if they attack with 5 or more, this will deal 3 damage to each of your opponents, and you gain 3 life. Not too bad. It might see some play. Tesla. Plushant, little oligarchs. One white and black. Human advisor with death touch. At the beginning of your end step, investigate for each opponent who lost life this turn. Whenever a clue you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. This ability only triggers once each turn. Very good card. It's easy to make your opponent lose. It's easy to ding your opponent for a life. If you ding them for a life, you get this 1/1 creature, which would just be a chump blocker, but still getting a 1/1 for free every turn. Very good. Next, we got Center of the Web. 5/4 for 6 with Menace. When it enters a battlefield or attacks, you may collect evidence for. If you do, create 2/1 black and green spiders that have Menace and Reach. Sacrifice 4 tokens, surveil 2, then draw 2 cards, and you gain 2 life. I don't think this card will see much play. I could be wrong. You can collect that evidence. How many times are you going to be able to collect evidence for? You're going to be able to collect it every turn. Kallax, Visionary Inventor for 7. 4/4 for 7 has Menace, Ward, and has Menace, Ward 2, and Haste. When it attacks, sacrifice any number of other creatures. Then exile the top X cards of your library, where X is their total power. You may cast any number of instance or sorcery spells from among the exile cards without paying your mana cost. Well, with this, you'd end up getting you could exile a creature from the top of your library. If you do, it's dead. So this is a big time whiff for me. Could be wrong, but I'm thinking this is a big time whiff. Next, we got Tozmir Midnight Lights for 2 green, white, Elf Scout, Lifelink, 3/2. And when it enters the battlefield, create Valja, Friendstalker, a legendary 5/5 green and white wolf creature token with trample. Whenever a wolf you control attacks, if Tozmir attack this combat, target creature opponent controls blocks that wolf this combat if able. So it forces a block. Very good. And that will work great with, 2 green, white, red, green, white. This will work good with this Loja, because it makes a 5/5 wolf. So it makes that card a little bit better. Good morning, super fast. Next we got Keelan. I believe this one right here is going to this Keelan's going to end up being a planeswalker here pretty soon. Next couple of sets. All right, this card here, it's has Adventure, a green and a blue. You get to cast a sorcery side, which you investigate, and you can play another land. It's not too bad. And for 4, you can it'll be a 3/4 with flying vigilance. And when it attacks, destroy up to 1 target artifact. If you control that permanent, draw a card. So it can create card draw. It may not be too bad. I mean, it might. You can sacrifice any kind of artifact, a clue, treasure, power stone. This might be good. What's helping this by being a 3/4 with flying and vigilance really helps this card out. If it didn't have flying and vigilance, I'd say no. Next, we got Judith Carnageur for 3 black and a red. 3/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, choose one. That spell gains death, touch, and life link. Very good ability. Or you create a 2/2 red imp creature token with, when this creature dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Very good. I think this card will end up seeing a lot of play in Standard. Assassin's Trophy, it's a reprint. Going to be good. Blood Splatter Analysis for black and red enchantment. When it is a battlefield, it deals 3 damage to target creature and opponent controls. Whenever one or more creatures die, mill a card, then put a bloodstain counter on Blood Splatter Analysis. Then sacrifice it if it has 5 or more bloodstain counters on it. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Very good reanimator, although it only reanimates to your hand. So every time a creature dies, it gets a bloodstain counter on it. So you got to put some removal in with this. Live the past, 5 green and whites, sorcery. For 7, you get to return up to 1 target artifact card, up to 1 target land card, and up to 1 target non-aura enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. They are 5/5 elemental creatures in addition to their other types. So you get a total of, 5, you can, 5, 10, 15, 20. So you can give total power of 20 to the battlefield with Live the Past. Not too bad for 7. Green does have ramp in it, so it wouldn't be too hard to get to 7. Ill-Time Explosion for 4. 2 blue-red, sorcery, draw 2 cards, and you may discard 2 cards. When you do, this deals X damage to each creature where X is the greatest mana value among cards discarded this way. It can be this sorcery right here can be a problem. Can be good. I see it seeing some play. Treacherous Greed, 1 black and white instant. As additional cost to cast this spell, you got to sacrifice a creature that dealt damage this turn. Then draw 3 cards. Each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3. So, you have to sacrifice 1 of your creatures after they attack and do combat damage. This card, I don't see it. I see it seeing maybe a little bit of play. Might be a sleeper. Next, we got Double Gang for XXX green blue. For each X target permanent. For each of the X target permanents, create X tokens that are copies of that permanent. So, the more land you have, the easier it's going to be to cast this card, and you'll be able to copy another creature or permanent. Double Gang, I think it might see a little bit of play, especially after it gets figured out. Dragon the Canal for blue and black. Create a 2/2 white and blue detective creature token that if a creature died this turn, you gain 2 life. And surveil 2, then investigate. You get a lot of stuff with this, and I believe it might see a little bit of play. And then Vicious Interrogation for white and blue. Spell cost blue, white. More to cast for each target beyond the first. Choose any number of target players. Investigate X times, where X is the total number of creatures those players control. You have to pay a blue and a white for each creature. I don't think this card here will see much play. War Leader's Call. Love this card. 3 mana. All your creature gets +1/+1. Don't care about that. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's going to help. But whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, War Leader's Call deals 1 damage to each opponent. Very good card for that effect. And I believe this card here is going to see a whole lot of play. Next, we got Breakout for red and green. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them. If that card is mana value 2 or less, you may put it into the battlefield. It gains haste until end of turn. If you didn't put that reveal card onto the battlefield this way, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Very good card to search your library to get a creature card. And you can dig into your library, into your deck for 6 deep. So I think it's a pretty good card. I think it'll probably see some play. We've got 10 Street Gossip, Vigilance. It's a mana dork for 1. It'll produce a red and a green. And you're going to use it to cast face down spell or to turn creatures face up. 4/4. If you want to play face down cards, this card will help you flip it sooner. Very good. So I think this is going to be a semi-good card. Dishes Roots, Enchantment. Creature tokens you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. Whenever one or more creature cards leave your graveyard, create a 0/1 green plant creature token and then put a +1/+1 counter on each plant you control. I believe this card is going to be good for token decks. So I believe this see a lot of play for token decks. Wisp Drinker's Vampire for 4. 2 white, black, 2/4, flying. When another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. I think this would be good. And for 5, 6, 7 creatures you control with power 2 or less, gain Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn. Very good ability, high cost. Don't see that ability being used much because of the cost. Other than that, I think it may be a okay card. It might see a little bit of play. Next, we got Rune Brand Juggler for Rakdos. 1 black, 1 red, 2/2. Enters the battlefield. Select up to 1 target creature you control. Then pay 3 black, red. Sacrifice a suspected creature. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. I believe this card this card is a 2/2. I believe it's going to see a lot of play just because of the ability for 5. I don't think it'd be too hard to get 5 lands out. So you can't activate it to turn 5, but other than that, I think it's going to be, it might be a sleeper, and again, it may see a lot of play. Detective Satchel. When it enters the battlefield, investigate 2 times, and you tap it, create a 1/1 trophy artifact creature token with flying. Activate only if you sacrifice the artifact this turn. So you can sacrifice the treasure or clue that this produces to create that 1/1 colorless trophy. So let's say you do a clue. You pay 2, you sacrifice that clue, you tap this, then you get a creature and card draw. So I think this probably end up seeing some play. Then we got a Merfolk Detective for a green and a blue. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may collect evidence for. Don't think it'll see much play because of the evidence, because you're not always going to have the evidence. Whenever you do collect the evidence, you get to investigate. So you make a clue token if you're able to exile 4, mana value 4 or more. Next, we got Soul Search for Orzhov, black and white. Sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. Choose a non-land card from it. Exile that card. If that card mana value is 1 or less, Create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. So what this is, it's a 2-mana duress with the upside of might being able to get a 1/1. I don't see you getting that 1/1 all the time, but by it being duress, another duress, this card here probably end up seeing some play. I do plan on playing it in one of my decks. Repulsive mutation for X green blue instant. Put X 1/1 counters on target creature you control, then counter up to one target spell unless its controller pays mana value equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. I believe this is very good instant, very good counter, very good way to buff a creature, and I think it's going to be a very good instant. Next, we got Private Eye for white and blue and 1 generic. Other detectives you control get +1/+1. It's a Detective Lord. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, target detective can't be blocked this turn. I believe this would be good for a detective deck. And not only that, if you're able to draw more than one card, then your detectives cannot be blocked. One detective won't be able to be blocked. And other than that, I think it might be a pretty good card if you make a detective deck. Next, we got Buried in the Garden for 2 green and white. Enchantment or enchant land. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent you don't control until Buried in the Garden leaves the battlefield. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller has an additional 1 mana of any color. So it gives you extra mana for and it also exiles a creature opponent controls. We already have spells in white that does the same thing that is a little cheaper than this, but it doesn't give you a extra mana. This is just a little bit better for 3 more. So yeah, I believe this card, Buried in the Garden, is going to see a lot of play. No More Lies. For a white and a blue, counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into the owner's graveyard. It's another counter spell for 2. If you like counter spells, then this might be a good card to play. Unless your opponent has a lot of land, then this spell becomes useless. Or if they got land tapped, then it will work. So other than that, I think this card might see a lot of play. Daily Complication for 1 black and a red. It's a sorcery. Choose one or both. Destroy target creature and put a +1/+1 counter on target suspected creature you control. You may have it become no longer suspected. Very good card, I do believe. I believe this will see a lot of play. But remember, you cannot target hexproof. You can also target, and you target a ward. You have to be able to play that ward in order to play Daily Complication on a creature that has a ward. Next, we have Elf Archer Similarly Sentry for a white and a green. To 1/3, has reach. And whenever face down permanent you control is turned face up, put a +1/+1 counter on it and a +1/+1 counter on this card here. Excuse me. If you plan on playing a face down deck, then this would be a great card for it. Because when you flip that face down card up, this Elf Archer will grow and it has reach. So it's going to be a good card. Then we got Crawl Whip Cracker for a black and a green insect assassin with reach, 3/2. So it's a 3/2 for 2. And when it enters the battlefield, destroy target token an opponent controls. So it can block flyers, and it will destroy a token. So you can destroy a creature token, any other kind of token. So very good removal for 1 turn if your opponent has tokens out. Then we got Coerce to Kill for 3 black and blue. Enchant creature, you control the enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has base power and toughness 1/1, has death touch, and is an assassin in addition to its other type. So if your opponent has a threat, you can play this on your opponent's threat, and take control of it. However, it will be a 1/1, but you'll still be able to get rid of it, take care of it, and give it death touch. So this card, I believe it might see some play. I mean, it does cost 5. Other than that, it might see some play. Gleaming Gear Drake for a blue and a red. It's a 1/1 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, you get to investigate. And whenever you sacrifice the artifact, put a +1 counter on it. Not a bad ability. If it survives 1, you can bring this down on turn 2. And if it survives a turn, then you'll sacrifice your clue that it makes, and turn this into a 2/2. I'll see it seeing some play. Curious Cadaver, 2 blue, black, 3/1 detective zombie. Has flying, and whenever you sacrifice a clue, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. So it's going to be kind of hard to get rid of this. I believe it will see some play. Because you take that clue, you sacrifice it, bring this back to your hand, draw a card. Very good card. Then we got Meddling Use for 3 red and a white. Human detective with haste. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, investigate. And this is a 4/5. So you have to attack with 3 creatures in order to investigate. Not too bad. Lightning Helix, it's a reprint. It deals 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life. Very good burn spell for 2, a red and a white. And then we got these dual spells. Flight Sound, Jet Sound. Flight Sound for 2, you mill 3 cards, investigate. And for 6, 4 blue or 4 black. Each opponent mills 3 cards. Then you may cast a spell from each opponent's graveyard without paying its mana cost. If a spell cast this way be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. For 6, its sorcery, it costs pretty high, but you get a lot of benefit. You can get a lot of benefit from it if you can get the 6 mana for it. Now the other one, Flight Sound, you can mill 3 cards, investigate, fills your graveyard up for your collect evidence. Next we have Hustle and Bustle. Bustle, 6 creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. You may turn a creature you control face up. Not bad ability for 6. It's red green. Green has ramp, so it won't be too hard to get to the 6. Hustle is a blue red. Target creature attacks or blocks this turn if able. So you play this on your opponent's creature, force them to block for 1 mana, either a blue or a red. So that ain't too bad at all. Next, it's Cease and Desist. For 6, destroy all artifacts and enchantments. It seems like the second part of all these double cards is always 6. Cease, exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. Target player gains 2 life and draws a card. So you can use this on your graveyard and gain 2 life and draw a card. Then we got Push and Pull. Like I said, it seems like the second part of all these dual cards is always 6. Pull costs 6. Put up to 2 target creature cards from a single graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. They gain haste until end of turn. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. So you steal one of your opponent's two creatures from your opponent's graveyard. Put them on your side, attack with them. Then after you attack with them, they go back into their graveyard. Destroy, and then you pay the push side, destroy target tap creature. For 2, 1 generic, and a white or black. Next we got Fuss. Bother. Like I said, the second one always 6. So for 6, 4 blue white hybrid. You create 3 1/1 creatures with flying and surveil 2. Fuss, which is 2, a red or a white. Put a +1 counter on each attacking creature you control. Fuss is good. Bother's not too bad. I mean, it's all right. I mean, you'll get 3 creatures for 6. Not too good. Fuss is good. Next, we got Singoing Savior for 1 black. Vampire Cleric, has flying and lifelink. And you play this for 3 and have it come down on the battlefield as a 2/2 with 4/2, and pay 2 whites or 2 blacks to flip it. And when it turns face up, another target creature you control gains lifelink until end of turn. Not too bad. I mean, it's a 2/1 for 3 with a good effect. I think it'll see some play. Next, we got Crowd Control Warden for 3 green and white. Centaur Soldier. When it enters the battlefield or is turned face up, put X 1/1 counters on it, where X is the number of other creatures you control. So that's if you can flood your side with a bunch of creatures, you can flip this over for. First, you can pay 3 for it and have it come down as a 2/2, and pay 5, 3. And 2 greens or 3 and 2 whites to flip it. And when you do, you'll get a bunch of, it'll be, it's a 4/4, and you'll get all kinds of counters on this card when you flip it. I think this card will see a lot of play especially in token decks. You can flood up because it's easier to flood a battlefield with tokens than any other kind of creature. Rift Burst to Helidon for 5 red and a green, 6/7 with reach and disguise. All right, and it does not do anything. It has reach. It's a good blocker for flyers. Other than that, it's not much of a card. I mean, all the thing it does is give you reach. Next, Rakish Scoundrel. 2 black and a green. 3/3. 3/3 for 4. Has Death Touch. When enters the battlefield or is turned face up, target opponent gains indestructible until end of turn. So you play this. So this card, I'd play it face down. Pay 6 to flip it to give another creature indestructible. Or if you want to just attack him with a creature and your opponent has the same power of a creature that you got, you can play this, give your creature indestructible, then attack with it. Of course, your opponent's not going to, may not block because of the indestructible that it gets from this card. And that's if you pay 4 for this card. The disguise cost is only 2 more than what the cost is. And then next, we got Grand Knight Witness for 2 blue and a white, 3/2, with flying and vigilance, as disguise for 2. So you pay 3 to flip to have this upside down as a 2/2 with Ward 2. And you pay 2 to flip it. When it's turned face up, you may untap target creature. So let's say you got this upside down on your battlefield, and you got 2 mana open, 2 whites or 2 blues. You go in for attack. Your opponent throws out the Wandering Emperor. Well, when they throw the Wandering Emperor out, you pay that 2 to flip this, and then once you flip this, you untap your creature. Wandering Emperor doesn't exile. Next, Undercover Crocodile for 4 green and a blue, 5/5 for 6. When it deals combat damage to a player, you get to investigate. Has disguise cost 5. So you can play this upside down as a 2/2 with Ward 2. And whenever Undercover Crocodile deals combat damage to a player, you get to investigate, which is not bad. Then we got Shady Informant. We're almost done with this. We got Shady Informant. Org Rogue for 3 black and a red, 4/2. When Shady Informant dies, it deals 2 damage to any target. And you play this upside down as a 2/2 with Ward 2. And pay the disguise cost, which is 4, to turn it face up. It only deals 2 damage to any target. So you can take that 2 damage, deal it to your opponent's face. You can do it to your one of your opponent's creatures. That's only if this card dies. It's a 4/2, so it can die pretty easily. Next, we got Fairy Snoop for blue, black, and 1 generic, 1/4 with the disguise. So it can be a 2/2, Ward 2, and with the disguise, costs 3, same price as it costing to flip this from a 2/2 over into a 1/4. And when it's turned face up, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put 1 to your hand and the other into your graveyard. Not too bad. I mean, it lets you dig for 2 cards deep. Yeah, one of them I had to go to the graveyard, but other than that, it's not too bad. It will feed into the evidence mechanic. Next, we got Dog Walker for a red and a white human citizen with vigilance and disguise for 2. When Dog Walker is turned face up, create 2 tapped 1/1 white dog creature tokens. So you get two 1/1 dogs when you flip this for 2, which is the same cost. And which is, you got to pay 3 to play this as a 2/2. Then 2 to flip it. Looks like this card would have been a 3/2 and cost 3 to play regular and maybe 2 to flip it. Other than that, it's still a good card. 3, 4, 5, because it does bring out a total power of 5 onto the board once it's flipped. Although those tokens are tapped. Next up, we got Gadget Technician for 2 blue and a red Goblin Artificer. When it enters the battlefield or its turn face up, you get to create a 1/1 trophy artifact creature token with flying. So, and you pay 3 to play this upside down as a 2/2 with Ward 2, and 2 to flip it, which is not bad. And it brings a total power of 4 onto the battlefield, which is not bad at all. Now, out of all the cards that we went through this week, what is your favorite card? Which card do you think is going to be sleepers? Which card do you think is going to be game changers? Or is there any game changers in this set? That is the question of the stream. What cards do you think is going to be game changers in the new set? I think Quake Mole is going to be a game changer. I think the Rakdos Patron of Chaos is going to be a game changer because it lets you draw if your opponents cannot get rid of it. And it's a 6/6 also with flying and trample. Massacre Girl, definitely a game changer. Massacre Girl, I plan on playing her with Orzhov, with tokens. Let your opponents block tokens with her out on the battlefield. They eventually lose their creatures. But anyway, that is all the spoilers. We went through all the colors, all the cards. Trying to pick out the good ones from the bad ones. And that is my opinions on these cards. I do not like the collect the evidence mechanic. I can already tell that it's not going to be good. I don't think it's going to be much of a mechanic. I could be wrong, though. Collecting evidence may be fun. But I don't think, to myself, I don't want to exile cards from my graveyard in case I'm able to bring them back. And if I exile them, then they're useless to me. Now, if I exile just instants and sorceries, then yes, it would be good. Other than that, that's all I'd want to exile. My favorite card out of this set, I would say, actually there's 2 cards that are fighting me for top cards. One, I would say is let's see, it must be down here. Must have passed it. Let's go back. War Leader's Call was one of my favorites. I tell you, it's going to see a lot, and I believe it's going to see a lot of play, especially in token decks. Especially where if play idle line with this, you're going to ping your opponent every turn. And if you have those token doublers out on the battlefield, that's even more damage. And that's why I think this enchantment right here works so good with tokens. Next up, I got actually 3 good cards in mind. War Leader's Call, Judith, and Rakdos. That's my 3 picks. 3 picks. Now, if I had a 4th pick, it'd actually be the Quakemo. That's the cards that I'm picking. That's going to be the best cards out of the set. This is just my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm just picking those. I'm picking those 4 cards. Quakemo, Rakdos, Judith, and War Leader's Call. But everybody, if you want to, you can leave a comment on this video and let me know what you think about the set. Let me know what your picks are. I'm interested to know what everybody's picks are. What do you think is good, and what do you think is bad? And if you want to take a look at these cards for yourself, you can go to mythicspoiler.com, which is the site that I use to look at the spoilers. But since we done went all over the spoilers, let's go play some Arena. I haven't played Arena in a few days. Of course, I made the goal of Arena that I've been wanting to make, which was able to get 90 cards. Which is pretty good, if you ask me. All right, we got us 1,750. Hoping that 750 don't change. It doesn't. All right, we got us a 750 and 2 500s. 20 creature spells, 20 white rig spells, and kill 25. We won't be able to get this today, but dag blanket, we're going to try. We got 5 minutes for the store to open. I have been logging on and checking the daily deals. And look at this. This is yesterday's. All purchased. And I didn't buy any of these. I got them all through the Master Pass. And that's how I got them. So you see right now, there's nothing in here for me. Might be today. But who knows? Who knows? But always save your money, your gems. Always save everything. Save everything. That's not too good. So I'll play this on this, get rid of that. Take the land. Hope you done played the land. No, we didn't play a land. Well, we couldn't cast those other spells, so we just took the land. And this is going to be a problem. We're going to cast this, get rid of our Nissa. We're going to take Lightning Strike. Play this. Hit their face. We'll play this. We'll take it. Play the land. Play Italia. Play the Titan. Play Lizard Blades. And then they scoop. Alrighty. Now we'll be playing Arena off stream to get the dailies done. Alright, let's cancel this. Let's go to the store, see if there's any goodies today. I can already tell it's not. I can get all of this. But this card right here, Soul of the Lost. 3 packs of cards. Not worth it. Sovereign. 3 packs of cards. Almost 4. This in here, 3 packs of cards. 3 packs of cards. This is almost 2 packs. Almost 2 packs. 3 packs of cards. 3 packs of cards, almost 4. This is not worth it. That's almost 2. None of this is worth it. No. Don't do it. Don't fall for this trap. Since I haven't fell for any of these traps, I'm able to, when the new set drops, I can get 90 packs Not to mention my gems, I'll be able to get 10 more packs. So that's 100 free packs. 100 free packs of cards that I can get on Arena. So it's not worth it. Not worth it at all. I can almost get 106 packs. So yeah, I would not get nothing. I would save it for this set to come out. And when does the set come out? It comes out on the 6th, February the 6th. Yeah, I'm still going to buy those, but I'm going to wait till next week, Friday, to buy them. So yeah, don't fall for the trap. ADV. All right. Let's see if we can get us another land. If we can, we'll get our costs down. After we get our costs down, we'll try to ramp up into our Italia. Alright, the only thing they can get rid of is our costs. Yep. Which ain't good. Dag blaggit. Well, that sucks. Can we get another land? There that goes. This is gonna hurt. Dang. This is really gonna hurt. It don't matter. Dang on it. Yeah, it's game. Dang on it. This wasn't a good deck. That deck pretty bad. All right. And these two work good together if we get us another land. And if they don't, and if they leave our hand alone. Another mono red. Monastery, Swift Spear. Go ahead. There we go. There's one card. Land. And 2 lands. Ooh, Jaya. Next game. Dag blankets. Dag blanket. Alrighty. Yeah, the Karn's Artopia has got new stuff on their site. Maybe y'all can actually go there and check it out. I mean, she's got paintings now. No telling what all, and she's always coming up with new stuff. Got a counter? No counter? Can we get us land? Yeah, I bet you they got a kill spell. What did I tell you? Took 2 kill spells out of their hands though. Wrong card. We'll take it. I'll probably go to their hand. Now I went to the graveyard. Let's attack first. And then take care of one of these. Okay. And then they scoop. Sounded like we got one of them done. Yeah, we got one done. Well, we got to burn down a house. To my medic sprinters. Curse of hospitality. Can't do nothing to turn 3. Can we get a land? Can we get a land? Let's see, what do you do?
We will finally rest. Mirrodin, lend me your flame! Retake this land from Phyrexia.
Hmm. Excuse me. Hmm.
I'll never forget the home we lost.
Exile 3 cards. Take 2 of theirs.
By resolve, mountains will never surrender to their invaders.
Got plenty of blockers. Our deck was popping off. We only need to cast one more creature spell. We'll have this. We still got quite a ways from our 750. But I think we got some pretty good cards within the next set. Alrighty. Well, we got Lizard Blaze turn 2. We get another land play Forge. All right, we need another land now. Come on. There we go. Think we'll just keep it as is. Can we get another land? This is our Traxa deck. Go ahead. Well, in that case, going down to 10 opponents? Or are you going to block? We'll block. Well, no, we won't block. They probably got a kill spell. Oh, what did I tell you? We need some more lands here. We need our here's Warcrafting. Nice. And there you go. I think we got the 500 done. Yep. Now we just need to kill our some more creatures. Oh, we're first. Nice. Well, oh, they'll decline that. Not to decline. But nice if we had the land to play that. Okay. Can we get another land? There's Ward 2. Okay. I'll do that. Oh, man. Omnicots. Well, shoot. Dag, dag, blag it. I think I got this deck upgraded more than I thought. Go ahead, kill it. Oh, nice. Why is this here? Dang gone. I will block that.
Have the high ground.
I know we're gonna lose. Oh, that'd been nice to play. Only got to kill 2 creatures. I think I added 10 cards to my deck. Think I got to 750 done. This will be the last game, folks. Hey, welcome to the stream. Dang, blag it. Now that's pretty tough. No blocks, we'll take it. Gotcha. I appreciate it. Well, I usually I do 2 streams a day. I do arena in the mornings. Just got done going over the spoilers. Picking the spoilers out, which ones I think is going to be good and game changing. And the second stream is a little different than arena. It is Commander. I play Paper Commander on in the afternoons. Thank you. I play Paper Commander in the afternoons around 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. This stream here begins at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm also go to another channel after this stream here called Super Fast Tortoise. And I appreciate it. And with Super Fast Tortoise, we do a sort of like a podcast. We talk about magic and sometimes other stuff. And you just never know what we are going to talk about over there on his channel. And if you want to, you can go to his channel and subscribe to him too. I just put his command in the chat there for his channel. And I'm going to start going back the way the channel was and start doing battles with my viewers. And when I do that, it's always randomized with a D20. And it's pretty fun here. As far as I know, you can ask the other subscribers if it's fun or not. And I don't play meta decks. The decks I play, I've come up with all the decks that I play against. I got 99 decks. Some of them are historic, and some of them are not. I got non-historic decks, and the rest of my decks are standard. And I got 89 standard decks, and the rest of them are historic. And when I play against my viewers, the only thing I'll require is then, to minimize them out of the screen and let me know what format they want to play. And then me and my viewers will go up against each other. Nice. Enchantment on standard. Nice. Well, I'm about to end this stream because I got to run to the restroom. And then after that, I'll be on Super Fast Tortoise's channel. Y'all come and check us out if you ain't checked us out yet. And I'll see you over there. Y'all have you a good day. Y'all have a good one. Later, everybody. I'll see you.